All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Houston Rockets video for you. Now, just friendly reminder, I do have a Houston Rockets daily channel down in the bio. Also, a Discord to the Houston Rockets Discord and just kind of like a casual NBA Discord. That's in the link. My Twitch, I've streamed like the last 4 days in a row. That's also down below if you want to hit that follow button. Today, I want to talk about a guy who actually is from my town, Chicago, who possibly could be a guy the Houston Rockets want to target. Now, I don't know if any of these videos would ever come to fruition. That's kind of what we dive into in the video itself. But with the Rockets having the worst record in the NBA, and they're clearly not in the playoffs, I mean, Rocket fans still want Rockets content, and I want to make Rockets content. So, I don't know I don't know if the Rockets would ever actually want Denzel Valentine, but I want to just kind of go through a hypothetical situation where they were to get Denzel. Now, what's actually kind of cool is Denzel Valentine, his brother, is the head coach at the school I go to now. So Denzel's only 27 years old now. In his career, he averaged 7.5 points per game and 3.5 rebounds per game. On the season, did not have a very good season. 6.5 points, 3.5 rebounds in just 62 games. Sorry about that. The biggest issue with Denzel is that I had high hopes for him. When we drafted him in 2016, he was already 22 years old. So his rookie year, he turned 23 years old. And I was thinking he was going to make a direct impact in the NBA. Now, his rookie year, he played in 57 games, averaging 17.5 minutes, shot it at a 35% clip, not too bad, but he only averaged 5 points per game that season. Now, his sophomore campaign, 2017-2018, where he was 24, this was the best season of his career. Played in 77 games, very healthy, started in 37 of those games, got 27 minutes per game, and his stats were 10 points per game, about 3 assists, 4.5 rebounds. I mean, he was doing a lot of different things. He almost averaged a steal per game. He shot 39% from deep that year. So Denzel, when his minutes went up, almost doubled the next season, not even almost, just added 10 more minutes the next season, he had a significantly better year. Now, last year, I should say 2 years ago, was not his season. COVID, battling injuries, not his season, man. He played in 36 games, started in only 5, averaged less than 14 minutes per game, and put up about 7 points per game. So it wasn't even actually that bad when you compare it to this season. Shot 34% from deep. This season, shot 33% from deep, and I just told you his stats, 6.5 points, 3.5 rebounds. Nothing crazy, only average. 17 minutes per game, it's kind of hard to even average any good statistics. What I like about Denzel is he's a career 36% three-point shooter, and in that one season, he shot 39% from deep. So the reason I like Denzel so much is I've been talking about past Bulls players, this other past Bull player possibly making his way to Houston to come off the bench, and Doug McDermott. But then I'm thinking, Doug actually had a really solid season. Some team is probably going to pay Doug McDermott. So I don't know the realistic aspect to getting Doug on the Houston Rockets, but essentially what I think the Rockets desperately need is a reliable three-point shooter. And the issue with Denzel is he's not really that reliable from deep. His decision-making is just extremely questionable. That's why I like Doug McDermott a lot more, but Denzel would be significantly cheaper than Doug, and I don't think that there will be much of a market for Denzel because he hasn't been that good of a basketball player. He has not lived up to potential one bit. However, he still has potential. He's only 27 years old. You can look at that in a variety of ways. He's not 30 yet, so still got plenty of gas left in the tank. He hasn't even entered his prime, most likely. He's probably most likely entering his prime next season / right now. He's extremely cheap. But the thing is he's 27, which is young in a sense, but his NBA career has been just so disappointing. But he still played in 4 complete NBA seasons. So he still has that veteran kind of side to him after playing 4 years of college basketball, 4 years of NBA basketball, is he could be ready to take that next step. And I will admit, the Chicago Bulls, I mean, they've just been all over the place. It's hard to find consistent minutes on that team, especially if you're Denzel Valentine. I mean, they've just had a bunch of young guys. They've had a bunch of veterans come in this season. They're in a total reevaluation stage, and there is no way this new GM brings back Denzel. So if the Rockets don't go for Denzel, I think it is just apparent that they need more three-point shooting. That is something that they should 100% target more. Now, I did like the way KJ Martin shot the ball at the end of the season, but they still need that reliable three-point shot, which they kind of had in Ben McLemore, but at the same time, Ben wasn't really having a good shooting season, and Ben wasn't really having a good season to begin with. So, kind of a Ben McLemore type player. Problem with Denzel is his defense is not that great. And, I mean, he can really only shoot the three ball. But I do think a three-point sharpshooter is a guy the Rockets should target. I think a player like Duncan Robinson would even be perfect for this team. But, I mean, paying Duncan 20-plus mil, Duncan's also a little up there in age. But, I mean, Duncan's got no defense, complete liability on defense. And he would have to start in order, like, if you're paying him 20-plus mil, you want that man to start. So, can't really imagine a world where I want to pay Duncan Robinson the contract salary that he wants. Even if I'm the Miami Heat, man, it's just like a lot of money, but it's kind of a move they have to make. But thankfully, we're not the Miami Heat. Thankfully. That's going to be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button, hit that sub button. Do this every single day. Got Rockets content coming out all season, so see you guys then.